Alrighty then. Hey, this is Wentus yet again, and I'm going to be continuing my Let's Play of Pikmin 2. Last time, we explored the Awakening Wood and managed to vastly increase our Pikmin population, but got very few treasures. We ran out of space to explore, so we came down here. And I left you with a cliffhanger without doing an outro. So, ha! I can do cliffhangers for things that aren't very exciting. Oh, and but we have enemies in these little corners. I forgot about them, actually. It's been a while since I played this game. Let's go ahead and get them cleared out. They're worth like a whole 1 Poco, so I'm gonna ignore them. Let's see what we can find around here. I also want to note the map function in caves. As you can see, we can see the hole over there. However, we can't see anything we haven't explored, which I like, honestly. Oh, more harmless enemies. These are the female grubs. I can't remember what they're called, but the male ones are very different. There they are! Male ones can actually kill your Pikmin, but they're not nearly as tough in this game as they were in Pikmin 1. In Pikmin 1, they were pretty much guaranteed to take at least 1 Pikmin with them. But as you can see here, we have our first treasure of this cave. Let's go ahead and have some... Yeah, 6 Pikmin should be plenty to get that back. Oh! Kill it! Kill it! Well, I'm landing those direct hits a bit more often now. Yeah. Okay, I thought I heard something. Now, there's nothing this way. Oh, I think that's an egg over there. No, that's a dead enemy that I killed earlier. Oh, we're here for them to capture this. And here we have a classic directional pad. Stone of Glory. Well, I'd say it's pretty glorious. Oh, does that sound? Yep, that's the only treasure on this floor. So we may as well toss a few Pikmin at these to get these corpses carried back while we head towards the exit. Because like I said, enemies will, or Pikmin will still follow regardless of whether they're with you or not. Even if they're in the middle of carrying something, they will still follow you back. So yeah, we got a few more Pocos out of that. But let's just go ahead and head down because I don't really care about the other Pocos. So let's delve deeper with our Pikmin. Also, I want to point out something since, oh, we're getting a bit deeper and we can see some glowing mushrooms down here. But, you may have noticed with this series, unlike Pikmin 1, I am labeling these with episodes instead of days. Like, the first one, I'd do 1 day per episode. Well, that's a bit different here because, well, I'm not going to be doing that, well, because of these caves, frankly. These caves significantly break up the pace, and I don't want to have some episodes be, like, an hour long and some episodes be 15 minutes. That's why I'm going to base things on these caves. Now, let's break open these eggs. Even though we have all flower Pikmin, there's a reason to still break open eggs. And, for one, just in case you have any Pikmin lose their flowers. Or, in this case... yeah, that was really weird. There's not much to this level. In fact, I don't think there's any treasures on this level. However, what we do have is more purple flowers. So this is why there was no real point to go back to the first area. Okay, let's try to get 1 more in there. Oh, 2 more in there, I suppose. So yeah, this is pretty much just a restoration floor by the look of it. Yeah, there's no enemies around here. So let's just go ahead and get all these purple Pikmin plucked. So we have 10 more purple Pikmin to replace our lost few. I think with this many, as long as none of these purple Pikmin die, we should be able to get past that barrier that we were having trouble with earlier. Let's make sure it's in here. And let's go ahead and upgrade these purple Pikmin to flower Pikmin, and then we can move on because there appears to be no treasure. Also, one thing I didn't note, all these little plants on the side will be included in the Piklopedia. You can read more about them, including like why these mushrooms glow, etc. So that's just a nice little detail in this game. Let's see if we can't get as many as possible onto that one. Because there's no limit to how many Pikmin you can get onto 1 bit of nectar. That's something I should note. But yeah, if you just touch these bits or have a Pikmin touch them, you will have them added to your Piklopedia. That's why I'm kind of bumping into them. So that's a nice little detail. But let's go ahead and move on from this floor. It seems to be what I like to call a restoration floor. So we go through there, and let's see what's deeper. As you can see, this cave is definitely deeper than the last one. It's at least 1 floor deeper. So sub-level 3 in the Hole of Beasts. This does not sound like a pleasant place to be. I'm just going to skip that cutscene most of the time from now on, by the way, because we're going to be seeing that little falling down animation a lot. As you can see, we now have these fire geysers that were in the first Pikmin game, actually. The difference is, now, red Pikmin can destroy them. Because yes, red Pikmin are immune to fire, as we all know. So, once they're destroyed, they stop producing. In Pikmin 1, when you couldn't destroy them, they just had to basically deal with them, which was a bit more challenging. That's one thing about Pikmin 1. In general, Pikmin 1 was a bit more challenging. Well, a lot more challenging, with having a limited amount of time and, in general, just more powerful enemies. But, oh well, I still enjoy this game a lot because it's a bit bigger, and it's more about the exploration in this game than running out of time. Also, you may note, there appears to be something past that. Oh, crap! Oh, crap, 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 crap! Okay. Don't stand on fire geysers. Just have the red Pikmin deal with them. That was not my brightest move. But yeah, you can see there's actually a Mahjong tile past there. I think that's enough purple. Yeah, I think we got enough Pikmin on that to get it back. Let's continue exploring forward, though. This music. This is different. I definitely don't remember hearing this music in Pikmin 2. I wonder. You see, there's one thing I want to note real quick. You see, there's significant differences between the international versions of this game. But maybe I'm thinking that there's a chance that with, maybe that song wasn't in the original Pikmin 2, because that definitely sounded different. Strife Monolith. So we have a Mahjong tile added to our collection. But that's not the only treasure on this floor. As you can see up ahead, there's another one. Now, this music definitely feels different than any I've ever listened to in Pikmin 2. It sounds similar, like it definitely sounds like Pikmin 2-esque, but not directly a song for Pikmin 2. Let's get a bunch of Pikmin onto that one to get it done fast. In fact, you know what? Let's just go ahead. Also, you may notice that is actually a floppy disk, but not just any floppy disk, if we can zoom in. It has Japanese writing on it, and it includes, if I can get at the right angle, it says Nintendo on it. So that's a little Nintendo shout-out. I'm not sure what game that is, because it's written in Japanese. But, oh well. Alright, those Pikmin will be getting done with that. I'll leave them to that, and I think that's the last treasure on this floor, so I'm just going to move on to the next hole. As soon as they get that done, at least. There we go. So, let's see how much it's worth, though. Floppy disk. Cosmic Archive. It's worth $230, not bad. And yeah, there's the sound of things being done with, so let's go ahead and delve deeper. I love how they all just sound like no. I can't do the Pikmin noise very well, but you guys get the point. So, let's see what we got. Much more wide open floor this time. Yeah, this music definitely sounds really different. It sounds a lot more distinct. Alright, let's get these fire geysers cleared out before they become a problem. I should note that those fire geysers will not hurt enemies, only your Pikmin, so be careful about that. Yeah, if any of your Pikmin catch on fire, in case you didn't notice what I did, you can just call them back to you and they'll be all set. There don't appear to be any treasures, just one red bulb orb on this floor. Oh, but there's something past him. I can kind of see around him there. Let's see if we can't get this purple Pikmin strategy to work right this time. Line them all up. Oh, nope, it's definitely not working again! Crap. No. Rush him! Ooh, that was close. Okay, yeah, let's just stick with the bum rush strategy until I learn how to aim. Yeah, you can see there's another purple Pikmin flower, and there's a playing card, Ace of Spades. Interesting choice of card. Also, you may notice that it says Nintendo on that as well. That's saying, no, Nintendo actually does make playing cards. In fact, I have a set of Nintendo brand playing cards myself. So yeah, Nintendo actually started out making playing cards originally, but not American playing cards. I'll get more into that later, though. I've, believe it or not, studied Nintendo history back to 1889, so I'm a bit of a Nintendo fanboy. But here we have something that some of you may recognize. Oh, that card's already back. It only takes one Pikmin to carry it. Nintendo brand card. As you see on the back of it, it's kind of a nice design, but it is a luck wafer. Yeah, this takes 20 Pikmin to carry. Let's go ahead and get a few more. Also, we may as well take back this red bulb orb. Oh, come on. 2 more. There you go. Come on. There you go. Wow. I guess a bunch of them just weren't grabbing on correctly. But they'll take that back, and I'll get a better look at it once it's inside the ship. Alright, by the way, be careful not to throw purple Pikmin into that because it will waste how many purple Pikmin you can get. Because, yeah, no matter what you throw in there, it will count as one of the Pikmin. Oh. As you can see, if we turn it up like this is a Game & Watch. Dream Architect. One of the original video games ever released, and the first mobile video game that I know of, at least, that was released, and it was released in Japan around the same time that Pac-Man was released in America. So yeah, Game & Watch, as any of you who played Smash Bros. Might know a bit more about this, with Mr. Game & Watch, who is based on this system. Just an interesting little detail there. Oh, it looks like we're done with this floor for treasure as well. And let's see. There we go. Let's go ahead and pluck these 5 new purple Pikmin. Got a fair number of purples now. I think that's all of them. Also, you may note, we didn't have to fight that Bulbor, but I wanted the treasure that I knew was inside of it. So, let's go ahead and pop some of those eggs I saw to get these new purple Pikmin up to flower form, because honestly, I hate having leaf Pikmin in my group, especially leaf purple Pikmin, because they're so slow. I think that's all of them gotten. Yep, that's all of them gotten off of one. And since we're done here, there's no real reason to stick around. There's a few Pikmin lying around, but they'll join us. Let's move on to the next floor. I don't know why, I never get tired of that little noise. That and the noise of them jumping into geysers. It's really pleasant. But Level 5, is this the last floor? Yes, it is. I know that from a glance, because that's kind of a distinct look on the ground. And that didn't sound pleasant. And that sounds like something sleeping, but it sounds big. Very big. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our first boss fight. Pikmin only had a few boss fights in it, and they were less distinct. And trust me when I say most of the boss fights in this game are more difficult than the boss fights in Pikmin 1. Except for the final boss. The final boss of Pikmin 1 was absurd. But let's toss one Pikmin at it to see if we can wake it up. Get back! Get back! Get back! Get back! Yes, as you can see, welcome to the fight against the Empress Bulblax. We have to hit it while it's like that, and then call them back quickly, or she will shake them to its sides. And then she will roll over and crush them. This particular boss fight is not that difficult. In fact, you shouldn't lose any Pikmin if you know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing, and even though I can't aim, I should still be fine with this. Just basically rush her when she's like this, hit her face is her weak point, and as soon as she stops shaking, call them back. If you don't, they will get called aside, and you'll have very little time to call them back before they get crushed. So be very careful about that. And yes, there's no limit to how many she can crush. If you walked right in front of there, you lose all your Pikmin. And if you lose all your Pikmin, you instantly leave and leave behind all the treasures you've got. But we got her. And she explodes into disgustingness. Ugh. So let's go ahead and get her corpse back. But we have something else. How bizarre. This device is emitting black light. It must have been ingested by that creature. What an absolutely repulsive life form. Our return to Hokkatate cannot come soon enough. Weren't you just telling us to take our time last episode or the episode before that? Whatever. Let's go ahead and get this carried back now. There we go. That's that, and let's get this new treasure carried back as well. It takes 35 Pikmin, so it's pretty big and pretty heavy by the looks of it. So let's get them carrying that back. There's nothing else that appears to be here. It just seemed to be where this Empress Bulblax was living. So yeah, the Empress Bulblax may not be difficult, but trust me, there's a lot more difficult bosses in this game, but they get more and more so as the game goes on. Let's see what we got here. We have the Tester Love. Prototype Detector. This contraption seems to react when it approaches treasure. I will connect it to my radar. Processing complete. The treasure gauge is now fully operational. It will now appear on your monitor. The needle will move right as you approach treasure. So yes, we have a way of knowing when we're near treasure. And as you notice, now that we've gathered all our treasure, it appears there. but it immediately turns gray. Because there's no treasure on this floor anymore. You see, that sound, even though it was in there earlier, is actually the sound of the treasure tracker powering down. But that's going to be it for this cave. Oh, I am getting a Skype call. 1 minute. Alright, so sorry about that. I had actually scheduled something for exactly right now. I thought I'd have this done before then, but whatever, let's return to the surface, and I'm just going to finish up this recording. I love that little noise. But we got quite a bit of treasure out of this, and I think we got all of it in this cave. That's a lot of treasure. And, yep, the cave is complete. I mean, we lost no Pikmin, actually. I'm pretty happy about that. No Pikmin! I'm really having quite a time with the voice cracks today. That is another 10% done from just one cave. Yes, 3 episodes in, and we're already 20% done with this game. Yeah. Either way, let's just return to the surface, back to our campsite. Well, campsite I say, but it's really our landing site. I love that sound. Yet, as you can see, we are now 20% of debt recovered. We are now 20% of debt recovered. I can English goodly. But you can see now our treasure tracker is actually... excuse me. It's actually working, and as you can see, it's kind of like the day has restarted almost, because the plants have not quite grown again. But as you notice, once we get close... Oh. Can you hear that? I'm holding my controller up to the screen. Unfortunately, that sound used to be actually coming from the game. I was wondering why I couldn't hear it. Yeah, the thing makes noise as we get closer to treasure, but apparently it only comes through the controller now, which is unfortunate. Also, I want to note when you completed a cave, there will be a little flag coming out of it. But yeah, we still can't move on through there yet. And the plants haven't regrown, so we can't gather berries. The day's almost done, though. So, what are we going to do? Well, let's go ahead and get our purple Pikmin that we've recently acquired, and have them start gathering on top of this. Oh, I had 2 fall off now. They can almost do this on their own. Let's just go ahead and use red Pikmin to top it off now. I could probably get this done with purple Pikmin, but whatever. I'm lazy. There we go. We have that crumpled now. We still can't get to that treasure from this angle, though. We can hear something over there. It sounds like Pikmin are attacking something, but there's what appears to be an electric gate there, so we can't possibly go there yet. Let's go ahead and clear this enemy out, though. Go on. Destroy him! Destroy him quickly! Also, I want to note with those enemies, you can't attack them from behind. You have to attack them from the front where they can attack you. But once it shoots its needle out to catch a Pikmin is when it's vulnerable. But we have another little cave here, which we are actually going to be exploring next episode. I did 2 episodes at once. I'm going to stop this recording now, but I'm going to get this done before this day is done. There may not be a lot of days in this expedition, but this Let's Play is still going to be fairly lengthy. I definitely want to get that cave explored immediately. Regardless, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you so very much for watching. And again, if you guys want to help me out in any way whatsoever, the biggest thing that really goes a long way to help me is likes, favorites, and especially comments and subscribing. Either way, though, this has been Wentus. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time when we continue this game of Pikmin 2. See you then.